What is up, Flutter devs? Today we're going to add the ability to select different background colors in the example app for Flutter Processing so that you can achieve the right kind of contrast with the processing sketch that you're working on. Let's get into it. Here we have the example app, and in the previous video we added this drawer here which animates in and out, and you can select different processing demos. So here's obviously the star field, and we have purple rain, and we have the mitosis simulation, metaballs, phyllotaxis, circle packing with text, and random walker. And then the things that I've put together here, Perlin noise, and this hacking demo that just tests kind of a kitchen sink worth of behavior. I said in the last video that it would be nice if we could change the background color because there's no reason to force you to use yellow. And you might want a dark color sometimes, you might want a light color other times. So we're going to offer a dark gray, white, and yellow. And my plan is to have little circles here near the bottom of the screen that changes the background color when you tap on them. Now to make this happen, first we need to differentiate between the screen and the page. The screen includes this drawer, and that's really all the screen currently includes. All of this stuff, the sketch plus the yellow, is currently all in one widget. Now we could create a widget that is used for every different demo, and then this yellow here would essentially be replaced. It would be changeable. The problem with that approach is that every time we change demos, we're going to recreate that widget and it's going to reset the background color. Once you select a background color, it should probably remain the same until you choose to change it. Therefore, I think what I'm going to do instead is remove this yellow from all of these different demos. And I'm going to have the background show through to the overall screen, the screen that includes this drawer. That way you get the same background color wherever you go. And also that way, if a sketch demo wants to provide its own background, it can still do that. It'll just cover up the background of the screen. So let's go figure out how we're going to do that. First, we already have one sketch that we can test against, which is this one. Notice this background is the same color as the toolbar up here for the window, and that's because there is no background color. So metaballs here is showing right through to the window behind. So if we get the background colors working here, then it should work everywhere else, and all we have to do is remove the background from the other demos. Let's see if we can make that happen. We'll come into App Screen. App Screen is the thing that has the drawer, and this is where we want to apply the background color. Let's come in here to the build method and see what we've got. We've got a stack with this stuff in it. The drawer should never overlap these circles, but just in case it does, these circle buttons should be beneath the drawer, underneath it. But here, let's say build background color chooser. And then we'll define a method here, which is build background color chooser. First, we'll create the dots and they won't do anything. And then we'll make them actually change the background color. We will return, we will align at the bottom center of the screen, alignment, bottom center. We don't want to truly touch the bottom of the screen, so we will introduce a padding widget. We'll go, let's say, 24 pixels above the bottom of the screen. Then we want multiple dots that are therefore laid out horizontally, which means we want a row. And we will make sure that it's always the minimum width so it doesn't fill the whole screen. Children to the row, we want to build background color dot, and we will want to pass, I guess we just need to pass the color in there. So we will say color, one of the colors will be a dark gray. So we'll try all ones and see how that goes. Now this method doesn't exist yet, which is why it's red, but this is just me planning out what it should be. We will offer white, and we will still offer yellow. We'll then define that method, build background color dot. We will require a color. We will return a container. This is going to be a circle with a white border filled with the associated color and with a drop shadow. Technically a box shadow. Width, let's try 24 and see how that goes. Width and height of 24. And then we will have a decoration, which is a box decoration. First, we will set the shape to a circle. Then we will set the border, border dot all. Width of, let's go 3. And then I said we want a box shadow. We'll go with a 40% black. And the blur, let's go blur of 5, and let's go a Y offset of 3. And then, let's see, the color should be whatever color the user is selecting. So whatever that incoming color is. So we have a 24 by 24 circle filled with the given color with a white border with a box shadow. Let's save that. And there they are. So a couple things. One, they obviously need to be separated. And two, because we're going to be using this on desktop, I want the cursor to turn into a clicking cursor when you put the mouse over it. In the row, we'll come in here, we'll say size box width 24. Now we have spacing, and then we will introduce a mouse region. And then we will set it to a system cursor, system mouse cursor click. And we're not going to implement it yet, but we do need a gesture detector because we need to know when the user taps. Let's save that. All right, now they're split apart. Now we get the hand click cursor thing, whatever, when you put the mouse over it. We can tap on them, but nothing happens. What we want to introduce now is a variable in our state object that controls the background color. We will initialize that to the gray color. We could define those 3 colors with constant names themselves. It doesn't really matter. There's only 3 of them for now, so I'm not going to give them all different names. I will, let's see, I'll come up here and I will say set background color to the new color if new color is not equal to background color. Then set state, and we will say background color equals new color. Now we need to call that from each of those dots that we just created. And that will happen right here. We will say set background color to color. Now that still isn't going to have the intended effect because we aren't using the background color. For that, we come up to this stack and we will surround it with a decorated box, which will have a decoration, a box decoration with a color that is the background color. Let me go check the original value for that. Okay, maybe I need to do a hot restart. So we need to go back to that demo. Okay, that's what I was expecting. So this is the 111111 color, a very dark gray, which is the same as that one. But now we can go to white, we can go back to yellow, and we can go to a dark gray. And it will appear that we lose that color when we switch to a different demo, but that's only because this demo also includes a background color. What I'm going to do off camera, because you don't need to watch this, I'm going to go through each of those demos and just remove the yellow. And then the only thing left in the demo will actually be the rectangle for that particular processing sketch. And then when you select a color, for example, down here, I can tap on white. And if I come back to Metaballs, it's white. And that's because the background was white the whole time. It was just covered up. I'm going to make that change. So we'll leave the video here. That's how easy it is for us to have background color controls. In the next video, we're going to pause on the example app, and I'm actually going to go back to testing. If you've been watching these videos for any period of time, you know that there's a common form of test that we use where we create a 100 by 100 screenshot test that matches screenshots in the official docs. Up to this point, I have repeated that code over and over again, and as one of you in the comments pointed out, we should just create our own test method that automatically sets that up. So in the next video, I'm going to come back, we're going to create the custom test method that can be used for all those different tests so that when you contribute to the project, you can just use the custom test method and you don't have to remember those details. But after that, we will then return back to the example app and we'll try to figure out how to bring screenshot and GIF capabilities back to the example app using a toolbar that we're going to place over here on the right. So I hope you learned something today. I hope you're enjoying the direction this is going. Feel free to post any thoughts or questions that you have down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.